back, everyone. Today, I am bringing ancient combat to life in miniature form. I'll be crafting a brutal gladiator duel set on the edge of an arena made of some towering wooden logs, where every strike, every scar, and every splash of blood tells a story. One fighter, a coastal-born warrior with golden hair, tan skin, and a sea blue cape, wields his spear and his Pegasus crest shield with pride. His opponent, a massive bronze-helmed brute whose right hand has been replaced with a chained iron ball shaped like a fist, fights with raw and unrelenting power. So let's dive into the chaos, guys, of the Colosseum and bring this moment of glory and death to life. Let's get to it. Alright, so I started off with a wooden coaster. I was able to get a pack of 20 off Amazon for like 10 bucks, so that's what I'll be using for some of my diorama bases. After that, I used my glue gun pen to glue the foam into the coaster and built the arena. I'll be using some of these little wooden log sticks I got from Amazon as well, as I placed it into the styrofoam for the base. Here I'm cleaning up with the vacuum. I got a new vacuum off TikTok because, you know, those ads got me, so I'm waiting for that new vacuum to come in. But till then, I'm using my old one. Here I'm aligning the wooden logs together and sticking them together with the glue gun pen, which is really useful, actually. It warms up pretty fast and it melts the glue really faster than a regular glue gun. The problem is that when I went back to Hobby Lobby for that pen to see to get the glue sticks, they don't sell that glue gun pen anymore, so kind of worried. I don't know if there was a recall or something, but yeah, it works great. Here I'm placing the wooden logs into the styrofoam base, and this is me just creating some weird wall that's supposed to be like a piece of the wall of the Colosseum or the arena that the two gladiators are fighting in. This is inspired by the TV show stars Spartacus and the other ones they did, the other two, the two spin-offs. I know there's another spin-off coming up, and then the other spin-off, and then also the other gladiator diorama that Bolai Hobby Time did. Here I'm putting a gray earth paste I got from BriLan. I remember how to pronounce it right. As I put the paste down, I did put some regular sand as the paste was drying to match. It's fine sand, or whatever they call it. But yeah. After that, I vacuumed up the rest and set it on the next pot, which was, I believe... Oh, never mind. I'm just watching as I go with you. So I went and then primed the base black and then a white Zenthal highlight on top. After that, I'm using a spray gun that I got recently, other than airbrush, which stopped working, so it clogged. Then I had to switch over to repaint it all. I'm using dark wood or speed paint to paint the wood. I use pallet bone to paint the dirt on the ground with the airbrush or the spray gun. Yeah. I'm using dark wood on the wood because obviously wood. Yeah, don't judge me. Wood's wood. After finishing the Colosseum or arena walls with the wood, paint, and dark wood color, I will be beginning with the miniatures. I found these two gladiator miniatures on Etsy under the shop 3D Mini Magic. They got here within a week. They were very fast and very efficient with their resin miniatures. I suggest checking them out whenever you're done. I'll post their link to their shop down below in the comments. As you can see here, I primed it black with matte black and then dry brushed white for the slap chop technique. I've been using the slap chop technique for a while now. I should start learning other types of painting, but as you can see here, for the slap chop technique, I'll be doing the black primer, dry brush white, but I'll be using paint markers that I have that I did a review on recently. I'll post a link or the video somewhere around here. I'll be using the RV Painter Speed Paint 2.0 pens, the markers or whatever. They came out recently. As you see, I'm using a magic blue for his cape, his cowl, and some of his attire. And then a gold bronze dyed color for his armor. And I'll be painting white the Pegasus that's on his shield. To even look like he's from like the coast of Greece or something like that. And, you know, like a fisherman or whatever taken. And like the Pegasus is based off my memory of the Hercules movie with it. But yeah, and I give him blonde hair. I thought coastal, beach dude, you know, that kind of thing. The part of his spear did break because, you know, 3D printing. I had trouble gluing it back, then I broke it again after I glued it back while painting, so I'm just going to leave it, make it look like it's a shorter spear. That big spear. You can see the piece of the spears on the top left of my hand. After I finished that guy, I went on to move over to his opponent. His opponent reminded me of a big gladiator that you fought back in those Rome games back in PlayStation 2 days. Or like a big monstrous dude that you see like in Gladiator or Spartacus. That will be inspired by that. Once I ever finish this guy here in the video. Because I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, once he's done, then I start working on the guy. I noticed here, I didn't notice it when I bought the print, but when it came in, I realized that the chain, the end of the chain of the ball that he's having, is attached to his missing hand. And at the end of the chain is like a big metal version of his hand, made out of steel. So I used a chrome polished steel pen to color up his chain and some of his armor. I was trying to give it to more like a reddish look from this little cape there he had. I colored the red feather on top of his helmet, and everything else was chrome, but then he used hardened leather for his skirt thingy. And then I used palette bone for both characters for their skin color because I didn't have barbarian skin on me or another type of skin to use for the paint. If you have suggestions for skin color, let me know, because I'm still trying to learn that stuff, because every time I do it, they all turn out to be darker. Or they had a really good tan. Other than that, finished him. And then I finished. I will try. Definitely want to get more. I should really invest in a 3D printer because I definitely need one. So then, like all my mostly my miniatures, the miniatures that I get are from friends or Etsy. After I super glued them onto the diorama base, I painted the sides black, and the diorama was done. My friend Rue Rider will be narrating the story I put together for this diorama. So sit back and relax and enjoy the final results right here. Yay!
The crowd remembers the blood, but not the names. Once this man was Elric, son of the coast, born to the sound of the sea. The gods gave him golden hair, a steady hand, and a heart that beat for freedom. Across from him stood Morthan, the Ironborn, a man forged, not born. Flesh replaced by metal, mercy replaced by rage. Where his hand once was, now swung the weight of vengeance itself. Here, on the edge of the arena, where the walls are built of timber and pain, two souls met for the last time. Not as men, but as stories waiting to be told. The spear struck true, the chain fell silent, and in that brief silence, the world held its breath. Elric stood victorious, not for glory, not for gold, but because his heart refused to stop beating. The crowd cheered his name, though few would remember it by nightfall. But somewhere far beyond the walls, the sea would whisper it forever. Because not every victory is won in blood. Some are carved into memory.
And there it is. The two gladiators locked forever in a fight to the death, frozen in time at the edge of the arena. Huge shout out to Rue Rider for narrating that story for the diorama. Every brushstroke and sculpted detail tells their story. Courage, strength, and the will to survive. If you enjoyed this build, hit that like button, subscribe for more cinematic diorama creations, and let me know in the comments which battle scene you want me to try to do next. Until next time, keep creating worlds, one miniature at a time, and I'll see you in the next video.